Good morning, everybody. Now I'm talking about the international market that I chose in this unit. International trade is the exchange of goods and services between the countries. Instead, the home or domestic trade is the selling of goods and the buying of goods and services within a country. And it's important to say that businesses have the opportunity to have an access to large markets, and businesses can make bigger profits in order to reduce the risk of changes, sudden changes in demand. And also businesses can increase the competition through the specialization. Okay, for example, there's an efficient global allocation of the resources. The threats of the businesses, however, are the higher transport, administration and marketing costs, currency and cultural issues. And about the advantages of consumers, consumers have the free choice and also the lower prices when they buy the products, and lower prices gain more competition in the economic system called free market. And in the free market there is lower taxation, but therefore about the free market disadvantages are that businesses use the monopolies in order to control the situation, and people have less opportunity to choose. Okay, and disadvantages are the dependence of foreign countries, job losses, therefore the unemployment, and the environmental issues, that is the international market or trade is harmful to the environment in order to cause the pollution, high CO2 emissions. And the problem of the environment is a problem of the globalization, movement of goods, people and capitals between more countries. And about international trade, it's important to underline the difference between visible and invisible trade. Visible trade is the importing and exporting of the physical goods, for example, the raw materials. And invisible trade are the selling and buying of the services. For example, the aids to trade, such as insurance, banking, and tourism. Balance of trade is a document that contains the difference between the export and import of goods, and when the import are greater than export, there is a trade deficit. Instead, when the export are greater than import, there's a trade surplus. Balance of payment is the difference between the inflow and outflow of foreign exchange. Okay, and in the international market there are the international organizations. For example, the World Bank, founded in 1944, and that have to provide the technical and financial assistance in order to develop economic growth. And instead, International Monetary Fund, in order to avoid destructive economic episodes such as the Great Depression of 1930 century, International Monetary Fund guarantees the stability of international monetary funds. And International Monetary Fund has to provide financial help and technical assistance. The GET is replaced by World Trade Organization after the World War II, and the World Trade Organization have to implement trade agreements and also avoid trade disputes. And in order to conclude, I talked about the trading blocks. Trading blocks are the agreements between two or more countries in order to remove trade barriers and in order to promote the trade liberalization. For example, China and India promote the trade liberalization and have the best economy in the world, China and India, okay? And trading blocks promote the protectionism. Protectionism is a policy that protect the domestic products against foreign competition, and the main measures of protectionism are the tariffs, subsidies, quotas, and product standards. Okay? And about mature and emerging market, mature markets, mercati maturi, have the main characteristics, for example, slow economic growth, advanced stage of development, and increase in consumer spending, aumento della spesa pubblica, and there's the lowest inflation in the world. Inflation is the increase of the prices, and the indicator of the inflation when the prices raise is the CPI, Consumer Price Index, for about the baskets of goods, for example, the clothing, the food, etc. And the low inflation is controlled by the governments or the central banks. And when the central banks increase the high rates of interest, alti tassi di interesse, volevo dire, there is the problem for the people to buy the goods and also spend less money, the people, yeah. And about instead emerging markets, there are 4 characteristics that I underline: market volatility, high rates of economic growth, and lower than average per capita income and investment potential. And there are the BRICS, the acronym BRICS in emerging markets. For example, Brazil, that has the largest economy in the world, a developed country. Russia, India, China, and South Africa. India and China are the developed country because or due to the trade liberalization haven't the economic problems. And about the manufacturing product, India and China are the main countries. And finally, South Africa. Okay. Then about the trading blocks, it's important to underline that the European Union has 27 members because of UK leaves the European Union in 2016 about the referendum of the Brexit. And European Union is an organization founded in 1992 with the Treaty of Maastricht, and there is the cooperation between European countries and the policies, for example, and also the cooperation between the people and the countries in the European Union. The symbols of the European Union are the euro, founded in 1999, but the euro isn't used by the Australia, se non mi ricordo male. And other symbol is the flag, European flag, clearly, where there are 12 stars, and the quota is, la citazione è the union in the diversity. Ok.